Well, for more on the latest, we're joined by our I-24 News correspondent, Matthias Inbar. Matthias, can you talk to us about the latest developments that have unfolded even in the past hour now?
You said clearly and correctly that IDF will respond, and I can assure you with the people that I'm talking with during the past hours that the response will be harsh, will be hard, will be severe, and will be probably the most severe response, military response since the 8th of October when the Israeli jets were on the sky on the way to Beirut. You don't have to forget that President Biden asked Prime Minister Netanyahu not to strike Lebanon, and the jets went back and didn't attack. So that will be probably the most dangerous IDF attack that we saw until now. Don't forget that once again, Hezbollah attacked Israel, attacked civilians, attacked children. As you mentioned, 10 children just died because they were playing soccer during a regular Saturday day. And once again, Hezbollah doesn't want to claim responsibility about the launch because, I will use a word that usually, you know me, I'm not using because I'm very glued to the facts. But when terrorists are launching rockets to civilian areas during Saturday day, they are cowards because they are trying to strike or to attack civilian. They're not fighting one against the other. And this is the terrible result. As I mentioned, I talked with a lot of commanders on the ground. They told me that the answer will be very, very severe. I told also because I have a lot of friends in military camps for decades, and they are desperate tonight, about the scenes that I saw during the afternoon.
Matthias, what's the security situation then for some of the residents in northern Israel? The recommendations from the Home Front Command have not changed at this hour, so what are we seeing?
Now the recommendations are not changed because the decision has not been taken how, when, and where to strike. Once the decision will be taken, I really don't know if the security that wants to wait for Prime Minister to come back to Israel will be more or less around 2:30 p.m. Or I know for a fact that he's reachable when he's in his plane. So probably the decision will be taken before. And the attack, I really don't know. I want to be humble and stay humble. But I don't think that IDF will wait till Prime Minister come back because there's a lot of political pressure, civilian pressure to strike very hard back to against Hezbollah and probably Hamas inside Lebanon. What I can say is that for sure, the recommendation of the Home Front Command didn't change for now, haven't been changed now, because the decision, once again, has not been taken.
Matthias, if a decision is taken, as you mentioned, with Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu still not in the state of Israel at the moment, what does that say then about the security capabilities of Israel, even while the Prime Minister is not necessarily in the country?
I personally saw when there was an attack, for example, in Dizengoff and Al-Azraf. I was on the plane with Prime Minister during a visit abroad. It was reachable. Our phone were not working because we were in the sky, but he was immediately reachable. How did I know? Because I saw his team bringing him the telephone. That's for Netanyahu, that's for the defense minister, and that works for every Israeli prime minister over the history, so over the last few years. So when there is a huge incident like that, means that he gives his order to the cabinet or to the chief of staff or to the, usually how does it work? Prime Minister talks with his defense attaché, then they talk with the Minister of Defense, who gives orders to Chief of Staff Halevi and all the commanders on the ground, in the air, and of course in the anti-aerial system. Bikeda has to be also on the spot to be ready to counter attacks from Hezbollah if Israel attacks very strongly.
We are waiting to see what exactly unfolds in the coming hours. I-24 News correspondent